Starting to the bottom left of the map, we have the For You player, the Protoss in red. Here's
Tassadar, For You.
Tassadar, we're gonna talk about him in just a second. I still say he should color his hair and then go as Blanca. That would suit him very well. I would love it. Top left, of course you would. Top left of the map, we have the Azubu player. He's known to have a lot of
Azubu, Patience.
Yeah, patiently sat on the prime bench for a whole season without coming out.
Exactly, and then he started to come out for his new team and got a couple of wins going, especially against FX Open, now known as For You. It's actually the first time that they play as For You. But I want to give you a little bit of a statistic here, because we've been talking about Tassadar quite a lot. We've already established that both players have the same amount of games or maps played in this matchup. They are both at 33% with 3 maps played. But let's for a second just talk a little bit about Tassadar. Tassadar, it's a little bit different if you look at his online performance, but we're focusing here on the offline appearances since we are here in an offline environment. And if you look at Tassadar's match history in general, in the entirety of Heart of the Swarm, Tassadar has not won a single best of 3.
Look at his team contribution as well here that's mentioned on screen. Never winning anything.
Tassadar has not won a single best of 3. The only match that he won was in the preseason. That was beta, and we're focusing a little bit on Heart of the Swarm right now. He lost everything. He won 2 maps. He won a map against Gumiho in a best of 3, but he lost the best of 3, and he won a map against Reality, but he lost the best of 3. Everything else, every time he came out for a team, he lost. He doesn't have a single GSTL victory in 2013 in Heart of the Swarm. So this will actually be the first time that he contributes to a match win or to his team if he's able to win it here. Might sound a little bit harsh, but just to give you a bit of an idea why when we see Tassadar on the lineup, we're always questioning the choice a little bit. Of course, we're not in the team house right now. We have not the opportunity to see the recent performance in practice games. But with players like Gumiho on the bench, there has to be a reason why Tassadar is now in the lineup and Gumiho isn't.
Yeah. By the way, Tassadar's doing exactly what I said. He's doing a macro build, a greedy macro build. He goes for a very fast Nexus. Nexus before Mothership Core, Nexus before Sentries. I mean, he is getting the fastest possible Nexus here. And with this is something that if you're Patience, you're not expecting. You talk to your teammates, they all make fun of Tassadar because he always all wins, and it's what you're going to expect. So he plays the riskier build, and he gets away with it, and that gives him a massive lead going into this game.
You know, at this, one of the things that I also want to mention, talking about the horrible win ratio that Tassadar has, it has to be psychological to some point as well. Because if you think about it, Tassadar knows exactly the same thing. He knows that when he comes out in Korea, he goes into the booth, that he loses, and that is probably playing a lot of tricks on his mind. So if he goes into a game, I feel at this point he kind of already expects that he is going to lose. What he really needs is a victory. And he needs a couple of wins just to get that momentum going and giving him the confidence again that he actually can win those games. If he gets the same mindset as Seed, for example, who always approaches the match with a, I already know I can win this, I've done it in the past, then it would probably help him a whole lot to just perform a little bit better in clutch moments. And that might be exactly the one map that he needs. He must be really frustrated as a professional player to know that he's kind of the punching bag.
Yeah, I definitely can ride on you a lot. Well, we have a big gateway commitment by both players. Of course, they're obviously going to go up to multiple gates, because if their opponents go for a timing and they don't have that, it could be gross. I don't know about that fake Colossus. It's not fooling anybody. I think that's actually just probably a misclick, because if you double tap C, that's what you're going to get. So you must have meant to double tap something else and end up with a Colossus. But as it is,
he's going to send supposed to be a Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. CX and CC is something you might actually mess up when you're using the standard hotkeys.
Like,
this is actually going to be kind of funny when it comes up here.
This is going to be really funny. This is like, that's the new metagame, Wolf. Screw hallucinated Phoenixes, hallucinated Colossi. That's where it's at.
Well,
new meta.
New
Politosis.
Yeah. Gonna be an episode. The Immortal comes out here, and he goes Immortal before Observer, which is... Okay, no, so actually he already had an Observer, so he's making a second Observer now. I was going to say kind of a risky choice, but...
Then comes Tassadar's hallucinated Phoenix. Like, this is how you do it.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That was the wrong unit right there.
Forge goes down first for Patience.
These are not Void Rays, and this is not Idra.
No. the Forge goes down here first. Who makes a Twilight Council first is oftentimes a deciding factor in who gets ahead with the tech and who can take a faster third base. We're not playing Wings to Liberty. We're not even playing Early Heart of the Storm. And I was going to say that, but then we have a Robotics Bay go down for Tassadar. And say the last thing I expect to see is a Robotics Bay, and he scouts it. He sees it as well. This is terrible for Tassadar.
This is currently like 20 minutes no rush. There comes another Robo.
Well, when you see one and you're going even footage, you probably want to make your own too.
Yeah, but this is one of those 20 minutes no rush games.
Yeah. What might actually happen is Tassadar tries to go for a 2 Colossi with range timing with +1, Wings of Liberty style, but that's something that I think Patience is concerned about, so he has to go Colossi, because if he tries to go into Charged Zealots and is looking towards taking a third base, then that Colossus push is going to kill him, or at least critically damage him. So he is forced to respond here, and we're going to have that Colossus War style game. Second, Robo goes down and is scouted, so Tassadar will also, of course, have to respond with his own, or he'll be behind in Colossi. He goes for a Warp Prism first, so we could see some Immortal drops. There's that second Bay.
So far, there's not a lot of finesse to this game. So far, it's actually very, very straightforward. Both of them deciding to just sit back, sit tight, go for the tech, go for Colossi, and then meet in the middle after 20
It's a game of who macros faster, who has the better mechanics when it comes to that sort of thing.
This reminds me of like some of the first Food War games that I ever played, where we just agreed on, okay, we're gonna max out and we get battle cruisers and everything, and then we meet in the middle of the map.
Yeah, everybody plays those games.
Yeah. Well, there we have a little bit of a sneaky Immortal drop, and that could do some damage. He should finish that.
I like how he does this, though, because he can always get the pylon on the way out. And he gets 2 pylons and gets away.
Gets 2 pylons and immediately moves back. So Patience getting a bit of a head start here.
Tassadar needs to scout this third base. He has not yet. And if he doesn't see it, then this is really going to hurt him.
He has it. There are units already on the move.
He needs to do something here. 3 Zealots, I don't think is going to be enough to actually force a cancel. He needs the Immortals as well, and there they come.
Yeah, and you know, with the Immortals, the cancel should be
absolutely possible.
Definitely possible.
And he could even maybe go for the Colossus here as well. I'd like to see him chase that Colossus down, pick him up and chase him. Yeah, he's going for it. Dropping down here, trying to get the shots off. He's going to take out a Sentry at the very least. There's not a whole lot of DPS here in this army for Patience.
Yeah, that's already 2 Sentries gone, and he's going to get those
the Stalker,
Immortals,
maybe?
The Stalkers, yeah. Gets the first one, oh, close. Nearly another one, and there's the double cancel, so job well done.
That was very, very important. The same thing is going to happen on this side, on the other hand.
Yeah, another cancel there we saw there. You know, actually, Patience didn't cancel.
Yeah, there's no cancel.
Lost the Nexus.
That is rough. I mean, that's a big blow to your minerals.
Wolf, I think it's happening. Tassadar is in the lead, 16 supply.
You know, don't get too excited yet, but it's definitely, like you said, he's in the lead. And when it comes to upgrades, the better upgrades going to Patience, who also has the range. Tassadar,
if Tassadar wins this game, like his first game this year, then I want to see him with a ceremony. I want to see him pull an ace, just ripping his shirt apart like Ace did in the old Mukdong studio. Going for a HOT move or something like that.
He is really, I mean, he's making waves here. He actually even forces the cannon there, yeah. I don't think Tassadar has range for his Colossi, which will become a big problem later if he doesn't realize. A few probes killed here, 2 shots to kill a probe with an Immortal.
There we go. And we have also the Temple Archive, so Archon's gonna be another option here. Don't see the upgrades just yet. I'm gonna confirm that the range upgrade is actually being researched for both of them.
Yeah, I really don't think I don't think he has it. I checked a second ago. I could be mistaken. It could be a weird order on the upgrades tab, but anyways, because that is game changing. It's really, really important. You never underestimate how important that is.
And another cancel right there. The double Immortal drop for both of them. Really, really doing a lot of work. Another pylon goes down.
Charges started first for Patience, taking a tech lead. And he's also mining from his third Nexus.
He has range. Faster. Tassadar has range.
Yeah, he has range. There's no way those Colossi would have hit that if he did not. That's a relief, man.
Like outside. I mean, I don't know what that Colossus is doing there, by the way.
He's
I think he forgot about it.
He's the socially awkward one. He doesn't want to do with the music. Whatever. I'm just gonna put my headphones on over here.
Yeah.
These Immortal drops are always just going to be able to do this.
But you know, jokes aside,
that was scary.
Wolf, jokes aside, that he needs to find that Colossus. because I don't think that he knows it's there.
No, yeah, that's really a good point.
Colossi are so important in that fight. So one Colossus, more or less, that's going to be really important for you. So he needs to make sure that he sees that there is another Colossus that is not part of his army composition.
It's like, hey, Tastar, man, that's really important for you, dude, to get that Colossus. The timings here for Tech, just much better for Patience almost all the way. These two Warp Prisms, by the way, I'm going to predict it right now, will never die until we have the final engagement, because unless you make a Phoenix, you're never going to kill that thing. It's always going to kill that pylon. But he has to have the pylon on the high ground, because if he doesn't, then there's no vision for the Immortals. But then he's just going to come over and kill the pylon again. And this is going to keep happening for both players until either there's an air unit or you just stop multitasking a little bit.
Okay, now he has the Colossi.
Yeah, he's got it over there. He's like, somebody was like, hey man,
actually,
come on, don't be in the corner.
Did he leave those on purpose there so that he can work against the Warp Prism if he drop? Nah.
I don't think so.
No. The Warp Prism could have just chased it down. Yeah, now he has all three of them. I think it was just the wrong waypoint from one of the logos.
Worker count right now, dead on the spot even. Army count similar as well. Let's talk about compositions here. 4 Immortals versus 2. Tastar having the better Immortal count. That's really, really important. And the faster Archons coming in as well.
4th base also going down now for Patience.
Yeah, and this is something Tastar is either going to have to contest or start of his own.
Tastar also going to be up against Archons now first.
And the +3 attack upgrade, similarly timed here. Dead even on the Colossus count. 1 more popped out for Patience, as I said that. If he can distract this army with his Warp Prism, maybe then snipe that 4th, that would be great for him. This is a smart move. Something that Patience has already, or rather that Tastar has already done. He hasn't taken that 4th. He's going to go for a run-by instead, and we'll actually kill once more, a few more structures. The cannons here are cute.
Oh, wow, he actually kills a couple. Okay, the 2 Immortals can't escape here. The Warp Prism not moving back, but he kills a few Stalkers, so the Immortals are at least worth it. What did he kill there?
Nothing. A cannon, actually. Just a cannon that was ready to defend. I love this. He sends only the Zealots, knowing that sending Stalkers, of course, would be stupid against this. And 1 Zealot for 2 Immortals. I'll take that trade any day. That's a rip-off. Yeah, Patience, that's definitely a steal. Patience with nearly 200 supply. He's about to be maxed out here. Tastar is just not dealing with the problem at hand here. The elephant in the room is that the 4th base is up. And he's got more gases. He sees it. 8 gases against 6. It's simple math. Even Wolf can do that, man. It's more. 8 is more than 6. And that's means that he can get a faster max. He can continue his armor upgrades and get bigger Archon armies. He is about, I mean, he's already posturing a little bit across the map. I think he wants to move out here. We have the second Fortune going down for Patience. He wants to go into the double upgrades, where both players, by the way, have still the exact same amount of upgrades as is. And a bit of an advantage here for Tastar in the number of gateways that he has. He comes as 4th very, very late, taking out, or at least trying to take out those Immortals. Yeah, this is just a little bit funny to watch. Zealot run by here could actually do critical damage to that base. At the very least, force the army back. That's what he wants to do here. And there's a huge warp, and meanwhile, the 3rd base of Tastar, and he's going to walk home. The entire army is walking home to take down those Zealots. And when the game goes late like this, look at the gas. Yeah, he needs to kill that Warp Prism. The Warp Prism is right there. Okay, it's not going to be controlled by Patience at all. Could have saved that easily. The Tastar takes it out. And when that gas gets that high, 1800, that's going to be for Archons and Tempests. We don't have the Fleet Beacon, we don't have a Stargate yet, but the more Archons you add in, the better. And he's just going to throw away Zealots because he has almost unlimited minerals, use them for run-bys, and then take that extra supply bank that he has to make Archons. And you need 3 Archons on the way for Tastar, even way more Templar on the way right now for Patience as well. He's crossing the bridge, completely uncontested here. The Bridge of Doom not going to be the bottleneck that is going to be a problem for you. Moves in, and that 4th base is gone. This actually could become a base trade. It looks very much like it. And I think that is what we're going to see. He's going to take out the 4th base of Tastar, but Tastar's got the advance pressed here, and he's actually killing. He hits at the 3rd. He's going to hit into the natural. He's going to cut off production here, catches the Colossus for free. This is looking really, really good for Tastar right now. Can he take his first win? Tassadai is moving in right now. The natural is about to be gone. He still has the Mothership Core with his army, with the units running over to the 3rd base. Really good position now for Tassadai. He recalls here, and he's actually going to chase Patience back. And he killed most of those bases now. There's like no income at this point for Patience. The Mothership Core about to die, and here comes Patience. This is the last battle. The Archons are moving in from 2 sides.
blocking each other actually at the choke point. Tassadar with the army supply lead and also the warp-in potential.
The warp-in potential, the high ground, he had the better concave, and he's lost that. The Archons closed the distance. They're trying to turn things around, but the Colossus count massively in Tassadar's favor here, and he will win this fight. The Zealot here even making it a little bit more different than Michael.
That's how it comes. GG! Tassadar with his first game offline in a year.
And he takes the win, and he ties the series. Like I said, this is the only game Tassadar really needs to win. He has to win. He doesn't tie the series, my mistake, but he at least keeps FOU alive. 3-2. Wow. Tassadar taking a very important win, and it's all about map vision, map awareness. That's something that Patience did not have. He made a mistake to move out there. And the Azubu coach not looking so comfortable anymore.
Yeah, not really. I mean, that was so important for you. I mean, they're not out of it just yet. They need another victory to bring it to the ace match.
After taking a swig of that HOT6, needs to keep his energy up after his adrenaline's popping after that game. Wow, I cannot believe he did it. He played the late game. He did not do a timing. He did not go DTs. He did not go blink. He did not go for 3-gate pressure. He played a straight-up late game. His macro was even behind, but he made better decisions. His harassment was better. He did a lot more damage with his Immortals, with his Zealot run-bys. And that started to take a toll on Patience.
He's super happy, and the entire team is cheering for him now as well. But of course, that was only the first step. They need to win the next match too, which is going to be another mirror match. We have a Zerg versus Zerg coming up now, and if FOU takes it, then we are going into an ace match today.
Yeah. So 2 mirrors right in a row to decide, do we go to the ace match?
Yeah.
And let's talk about the ace match here just briefly. Do you think they will send out Leonok? Do you think they will send out Gumiho in the ace, or will they go for Hurricane again?
I actually think they will send out Hurricane.
I think
just
so
because
too.
We have Supernova, Symbol are the likely choices, and I feel Hurricane with what he did against Life and in general against Terran, I feel that's going to be him.
Exactly. So it's like the same type of situation as it was against StarTale, because Tyr, Hurricane is good against Terran, and he's looking like he knows how to beat Protosses Zergs right now. And again, it's like against StarTale, they had to deal with either Bomber or Life. A top-tier Terran or a top-tier Zerg, and it's the same with Azubu. It's either Supernova or it's going to be Symbol.
I feel you have 2 choices if you are Choya. You can either go for Leonok, or you can say, alright, we're going to send out Hurricane. And Hurricane in the recent past has performed quite well. Leonok is always a player that you can send out. I feel it depends a lot on how they feel.
Yeah, his mood.
And who they think is coming out. For example, Choya will ask him, hey, if you go out and you meet Symbol again, do you think this time you can beat him?
Exactly, because he already lost once to Symbol. And he's saying that's a high likelihood you go against Symbol. On the other hand, Supernova played a Terran vs. Zerg where he looked, honestly, a little bit shaky. He did get some early leads, but his finishing moves were a little bit weak. Yeah. His micro was not so strong, so they might be thinking, hey, if they put Supernova out, I know you can take him, Leonok. I know you can actually win this game. So I think you're exactly right. It's all about the mood.
I mean, right now, we're not there just yet. We have another ZVZ coming up first before we head into a potential ace match. It depends all on the question if Azubu can take another win before we go into the ace match or not. If FOU, of course, is able to win now with JKS going up against Ragnarok, that would bring them in a position where they can win the entire team match and go into an ace match. That would be pretty good for them. But right now, Tassadar was only the first step. JKS has to perform too.
This is one of the harder matches to call or really predict because both of these players haven't played too much recently offline. They're both players who in the past have shown really good games. When you think about JKS and Ragnarok, I think everybody has this image in their mind of, yeah, he's pretty good, but he's not the best. And both of them don't come out too often. It's really about how in shape they are in-house. Are they really doing well in the matchup?
JKS ZVZ is pretty shaky offline, actually. Like, it's not that great. So it depends a little bit on Ragnarok. And with Ragnarok, we have him also losing a lot of the Zerg versus Zerg that he played in the past. But he has also a few wins. For example, he was able to take down Curious. Didn't play too much ZVZ, honestly. So it's a little bit tough to call. JKS, with a lot more Zerg versus Zerg played, but he lost most of them. So this is one of the matchups where he, I think, doesn't really feel too comfortable.
No, definitely not. And the Team League in general as well, he's not a very solid player, only coming out 5 times. I think the win they list there actually is the game where he won a one-base banning all-in.
Just to put that in the numbers for a second, JKS is currently has a 14% win ratio with 1 map win and 6 map losses. So that kind of puts it in numbers. So not really the matchup that they were hoping for when they send him out here.
Ragnarok, on the other hand, showed a lot of potential on TSL, joined LGIM temporarily, and did a pretty good job for that team. He served them well. Now on Azubu, he's not looking as dominant as he did on LGIM, but he's still a solid player here.
Actually, in the matchup against Zerg, Ragnarok is pretty good. Like, as said before, he doesn't really have the sample size. It's only 5 maps, but he won 4 of those. So that leaves him with an 80% win ratio. Of course, you have to always figure in that he doesn't play too many matches thus yet, but still, he's definitely the favorite here in the series. But before we go into the maybe last game, we're going to a short commercial break, so see you guys in a few.